Hello, hello. Hey y'all, it's your girl KingMo. How you doing? Welcome back to Glow with Mo. How are we doing? I haven't been live here for a while. Hold on, I'm just pulling up my um, chat as well. How are we doing? I don't know if anybody's gonna come on here. A little different, you guys. Background. I am at. How are we doing? How are we doing? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Today is the Thursday. Um, I'm gonna wait just a little bit to see if anybody's gonna roll in. If they don't, I'll just start talking. Yes, yes, yes. How's everybody doing? How's this beginning of the year for everyone? I hope everybody's having an amazing beginning of the year. Mine has been eventful, to say the least. It's been eventful, y'all. I've been, what's that right there? Got something on my glasses. Very eventful, I can say. It has been making me exercise a lot of patience. That's what I will say. It's been making me exercise a lot of patience. Patience that I'm pulling from the tips of my toes because I don't have any more. Patience I'm pulling from the tips of my toes because your girl, the patience done ran out a long time ago. I'm tired. I'm ready for some different types of experiences, but I'm pushing through. I hope that you guys are pushing through. It's been a interesting beginning of the year, but I'm hoping that spring brings some really good energy and the sun and all that stuff. I hope it brings very good energy because I think overall we need it. Hey Joseph, how you doing? Good morning, good morning. How you doing today? I'm doing well. I am doing well. I haven't been on YouTube for a while. Um, I haven't been on the internet in a while. Like I haven't been like doing lives like that. Even on TikTok, I haven't been doing lives like that. March has been very low maintenance for me when it comes to going live. You're doing well? You love my hair? Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I do it myself. Make sure y'all like the live. When you guys come in, like the live, like the video. If you're coming back later on, make sure you hit the like button. I would truly, truly appreciate it. Um, yeah. So I am going to have a lot more videos coming out. I'm going to have another haul video coming out. I'm going to have a couple of things that I'm going to be doing. So get ready for that. And yeah, so this is what I kind of want to talk about. I don't have that much time, but I wanted to kind of chat about something that I heard online. There's a lot that's been going on when it comes to relationships and all that stuff. We've been seeing it in real time on the internet. Um, and so I kind of want to put my 2 cents in because I saw this man, there was this black guy on the internet. He had made a video about how he was a married man. And he said that in order to be a husband, you kind of have to be comfortable with that feeling of suffering. Suffering. Now, that's a strong word, suffering. And I think that it triggered a lot of people because I love, just like anything else, when I see a video, I go straight to the comments because I want to see how people react to the video. And a lot of people, it felt like they were triggered by that word, suffering. And I think that that word, I understood what he meant, but sometimes that word suffering can be a little bit from a religious or spiritual perspective. And so I wanted to kind of express that, like, sometimes using that word, it might not be the best word if you're not like spiritually or religiously in tuned, or you don't understand what that means. Because everybody in the comments was like, well, I don't ever want to get married because I don't want to suffer. I don't want to suffer. And I was just like, what? Huh? Well, why do I have to be the one to suffer? Just because he's saying as the husband you will have to suffer doesn't mean that that's absent of joy. I think part of life is going to have some suffering in it. And I think that that's what people don't realize. And just because he's saying as a husband you will have to suffer in certain areas, suffer, right? That doesn't mean that the wife doesn't have suffering too. That doesn't mean that the children don't have suffering too. When you're talking about life in general, suffering is a part of it, right? It is. And it's hard to kind of stomach. And I saw a lot of people was like, well, this is why I don't want to get married. This is why I don't. Whoa. So you think that even if you're single, you're not going to suffer? When you are a leader, if things go awry, if things don't go the way, if things don't go as planned, if things don't fall through, that stuff falls back on a leader. You have to take that L as the person. That's a part of suffering sometimes. So if you're the husband, if you're just a leader in life or whatever it is, there is a part of you have to assume responsibility. You will have to sacrifice certain things for the betterment of the team or the family. So it was interesting that I think that now when it comes to, because I'm always for a family, I'm always big on family. I think that we have gotten a little delulu thinking that there will never be a time where you will have to sacrifice something. You will have to suffer in the betterment of the family. And suffering sounds like, oh man, because right now people are struggling. So to add that word to it, it's like a lot to unpack. But when you really think about it, as a leader, as an adult, there will be times when you will have to take an L or two, or you will have to assume position as a leader. And what comes with suffering is the ability to know when you can go through things. This is what happens when people begin to suffer. Like this is leadership, right? So let me step back, right? Because I'm not a husband or whatever, but let me step back, because when I heard him say it, I'm looking at it from a leadership perspective as well. I'm looking at it as a person who's a leader in my life, right? Once you go through certain things, you stop panicking. Once you have gone through a certain amount of suffering, once you've gone through a certain amount of things, when you are faced with adversity, you're not the first person to crumble. You're not the first person to crumble. And the only way that you can get that, the only way that you can be like, you know what, this is going to be okay. We're going to be fine. This is what we're going to do. We're going to come up with a game plan. You can keep a level head, a level mind, is because you've been through something. You ever went to an adult when you were a child and you're like, oh my God, this is all this stuff is happening. And they're like, baby, please, you'll be all right. You'll be okay. And it's not that they're dismissive, it's just that they have gone through a certain amount of suffering to the point where now when things happen, they are no longer in a panic mode. They have more, what is the word? Faith. They have more confidence in themselves that they can get through things, right? In order to be the head of a household, in order to be, you know, a wife, a husband, you have to be able to say, okay, this is happening in our lives, in our family, and I'm not going to crumble every time something happens, because you're adding people onto it. You're adding people in. If you're having kids, if you have your 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 parents, you have other people that you're adding into it. So that means that ups the probability that some things may go awry. Some things may happen. And so I want us to start looking at when we're talking about suffering. Suffering is not always a bad thing. Sometimes it is teaching you that you can go through things. It's teaching you that you can be calm during situations and matters when things are going crazy. You lose your job. You're like, you know what? I've been here before. I've been here before. And I've been okay. I've gotten something new. Boom, I'm fine. Because I've already been here before. I've been broke before. I done suffered financially before. Sorry, guys. I done suffered before financially, so I know how to maneuver. So when my children or my wife or my husband's looking at me like, what are we gonna do? I'm not gonna crumble. I have confidence in myself that I could push through. I have peace within myself. Does that make sense? It was kind of like I understood why everybody in the comments was like, well, I'm not going to be a husband. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to suffer. You can suffer alone, or you can suffer with your family. You can suffer with the person that you choose to live life with and that you've created a home with. That's a different type of suffering when you've chosen, right? The person who you want to be with. And you guys can do it together. But don't think that suffering is the absence of joy. This is why you can go to certain countries and it's not, third world countries, and you see kids and adults still living a rich life in spirit, because even if they're suffering all this stuff, that doesn't mean that there's an absence of joy. And I think sometimes when we're talking about keeping a family unit, a lot of times people don't want to assume the responsibility. But once you've gone through a couple of things, it's like, okay, I can do this. I can be a mother. I can be a wife. I can be a husband. I can be a father. I don't feel scared to, because I know that this suffering or whatever it is, this sacrifice that I may have to, it will strengthen me, that I will become a stronger leader. I'm not going to crumble every time something happens. That's what happens when you've gone through certain things. I'm not going to crumble. I've been broke before. I've been this before. I've gone through certain things. When my kids come to me, I'm not going to just crumble. I'm going to be like, okay, I have faith that this is going to happen. This is going to work, blah, 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 all of this good stuff. So I just wanted to talk about that, because sometimes, let me just pause. If you're still watching, please like the video, leave comments, let me know how you feel about it, and rock out with me a little bit. But yes, suffering is something that I wanted to talk about a little bit. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. I don't know, there's not a lot of people that are coming in, but I just wanted to give that little message, because it had been on my mind for a while. I seen this video a while ago, and it just was amazing that so many people was like, well, I don't want to be a husband because I don't want to suffer. Who said you're going to be the only one suffering? Who said you're going to be the only one sacrificing? We all sacrifice in order to maintain relationships with each other. Right? Just like joy, just like life is a part of, people being born is a part of life. There's also suffering. That's a part of life. Sacrifice is a part of life. I'm not saying that you're going to give all your, you're not going to have anything in your cup for yourself. But there will be times when you have to go without, but what you will have more understanding and more calm, more tranquility tranquility about yourself, is that you know that you can push through. And that's a strength to have as an adult. That's a strength to have when you are able to know that you can get through things now. So when you're faced with things, you're not crumbling at the fact that you don't think you can handle it. That's not up for question. It's just like, okay, what's the plan? How am I going to get through it? Because I already know I can get through it. Because I've been here before. I done suffered a little bit before. I had to stare, I had to stare certain things in my face, stare things in their face and say, I can get through this. I've been here. And so I just think that we need to start thinking that way, because when we're talking about building families, a lot of people shy away from it. They run from that responsibility because they feel like they can't handle it, right? Some people don't want to be a leader because they feel like they can't handle it. But once you have gone through learning how to learning how to be a leader and learning how to take that responsibility, it does become easier. It does. And it has a lot of rewards. It has a lot of rewards. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I know this is not a long video, but I just wanted to throw that out there. It's something that's been on my mind for a while. And yes, I hope everybody's doing wonderful. I'm gonna get out here. Please be on the lookout. I think my next video, if not, it might be sometime next week, I'm gonna post a haul. I'm just waiting on one more package. It's gonna be a haul, and then I'm gonna have some more videos. Let me know what you think. Give me your perspective on it. All right, guys, I love you long time. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification button. All right, bye.